Alright guys, so we got a RC helicopter on the channel today, and this is from a company called Yuxiang, and Makerfire sent this to me. This is the EC135, so very familiar helicopter model. It's called the Eurocopter 135. I think it's changed names since then. I believe there's a wiki page on this particular model, because there's been a lot of RC models that have come out that looks like this. And this is one of these like fly barless and very easy to fly, has optical flow, and so this is going to be probably for for some of you drone pilots here that typically fly your drones maybe a line of sight or with angle mode. This will be very familiar and very easy to fly. So this might be something you might want to check out just for your line of sight flying. And this is a pretty large model. Compared to some of the other toy helicopters I reviewed in the past. This is going to be very easy to see in the air, and obviously you don't want to fly too far away with this one. I'm not sure what the range of this particular remote is, but yeah, obviously for a nice model like this you want to fly close and enjoy what it looks like, because it is a very nice looking scale model. I think it's a 1/32 scale. So in terms of everything that comes in the box, you're seeing it right here on the table. Mine's the 2-battery version, so it came with these 2 batteries, and you get the controller, helicopter of course, you get a manual which is in Chinese and English, and you get some spare blades, screwdriver, hex key, and USB-C cable. And the USB-C cable is for the batteries. Charges right over here on the side, very easy. You got your power button right here, so you short press it, shows you the power level of the battery. And then if you long press it, it will turn on the battery, which actually will power on the helicopter. So you see it's powered on, and then long press the button again, and it will then power off the battery. There is this little 5-volt port here. It's supposed to be for a camera accessory, which I could not find on the Makerfire site, so it might be for something that might be coming out later. And apparently the camera attaches over here on these little mount points on the battery. So perhaps that might be an FPV accessory for the future. We'll have to see. The battery here is a 2-cell, 7.4 volt, 1200 milliamp hour battery. And you can see it here charging via USB-C. Very easy to charge. Most people have USB-C chargers. And just a quick look at the heli, a little close up here. And just 4 blades. They do fold down, of course, for transportation. You have a blade over here. It's not actually a turbine in the back here, it's just a regular blade. Brushless motors in the rear and for the main rotor as well. And then you have your optical flow sensors here on the bottom. I believe there's a barometric pressure sensor as well. And then you have a light here in the front, and this is where obviously the battery goes. You pop that in. So the controller, of course, with altitude hold here is a centering throttle. It comes out as mode 2, although I believe in the manual it does give you instructions to switch to mode 1. There's not a whole lot in terms of functions. There's more details in the manual, but I'll just cover the basics here. So you're going to want to short press this lock button here. That will unlock the motors. I'll demonstrate that in the flight demo. And then to lock it, you long press it. And then the normal and manual modes are these 2 buttons here. So I believe manual mode is up, and then the normal mode, which is optical flow and altitude hold, is the one that's on the bottom. That's the default, and that's probably what you want to do, especially if you're a beginner. And then you want to long press the power button to turn on and off the controller. And then in the back here, it just uses 4 AAA batteries that aren't included. Okay, so yeah, I'm looking forward to flying this. So let's go ahead and get out to the field and take a look at how this flies line of sight. Alright, let's turn on the controller and turn on the helicopter. Set down here and let it calibrate. So you just need to short press the unlock button and it'll unlock the propellers, and then I think it's down and out to take off. Let's go ahead and do that, and then spin up the props and then push up. There we go. So it's in, I guess, the normal mode, optical flow mode out of the box. And as you can see, it's locked. It's found a spot on the ground that it likes, and it's locked there. A little bit of a breeze coming from the left here. You can see it's kind of being pushed, but it's staying right there and maintaining altitude. Totally hands-free. I mean, this doesn't really require a lot of skill to fly. So move forward, push forward the stick that way. Push stick backwards, goes backwards, forwards, left, right. Pretty simple. And then to go up, throttle up, to go down, throttle down. And then this is the yaw. It's a little twitchy, so that rotates it. And it does, okay, when you're yawing, it does seem to move around the hover point a little bit, not too bad. And of course, when you're flying towards you, the controls are reversed on the right stick. Yeah, we got some nice lights there, I can see. Didn't notice that at first. Let me bring this into the shadows. So we got some green lights here, a red light, and there should be a white light in the front there. There we go. And a green light, that's the battery light. Yeah, very nice. Very, very stable. Super stable. So it should be really easy to fly for newcomers, new beginners. So we'll just fly it around here. They say about 8 to 10 minutes on the battery for the battery life. Of course, if it's more windy and spraying the wind, it's gonna reduce your flight time, of course. So we're in the, I guess, the normal mode, the beginner mode, and that's as fast as it's going to go. And that, I think, is very controllable, especially if you have kids and they want to learn helicopters. That's actually pretty fast. It does build up speed. So that's pretty fast, actually, even for beginner mode. And as you can see, that it maintains a little bit of momentum there. So you gotta watch out and not run into stuff, because when you change directions, it still continues to go backwards, even after you let go of the stick. So be aware of that. But yeah, it's very easy to fly. Yeah, I suppose if you put some FPV gear there underneath, there's a little camera mount and a 5-volt setup. You could put probably a little analog camera there, maybe even like a walk snail for FPV. And of course, flying this FPV would be super easy. I'm not sure what the range is like on this one. Probably not super great on this controller. But yeah, you could definitely fly this FPV. It's gonna be super smooth, as long as it's not too windy. Like right now, it's not too windy, so pretty safe. So let me enough fun here with the normal mode, optical flow mode. We'll put it into, okay, so before I put it into manual mode, I think there's a height limit on normal mode, so I'm gonna go up here. We'll take it up, and I believe it's 8 meters. Yeah, well, I don't know if that's 8 meters. I guess that's about 8 meters. It won't let you go up any more than that. That's because after it goes up too high, the optical flow just doesn't work that great. So it limits you in the height as to how far you can go up. So if you want to go up further, you got to put it into manual mode. So I'm going to bring it down a little bit here. Otherwise, the optical flow just won't work. I believe it's the up button here. All right, so will it go higher? Yep, there it goes. So now we're in manual mode. So it still maintains your altitude for you, but it won't maintain its position. It will get pushed around. So you have to basically fly it, or you have to be, and now we're getting a little bit of wind here, so it's getting pushed around here. Yeah. But it pretty much flies the same, just that the optical flow is turned off. See how much faster it is in manual mode. Here's full stick forward. Oh, it's faster. Oh, it's slow down. Oh boy. Come back. So, whew. It takes a lot longer for it to stop its momentum in manual mode because there's no optical flow. Maybe, I don't know why that is. So that it can get away from you in a hurry. I think it builds up speed, and then it's really hard for it to change that direction. So be careful about that. And then the other thing that you'll need, let me actually, I'm gonna stick this back into optical flow mode here. Okay, there we go. So the other thing that you need manual mode for is if you want to do inverted flight, but then you have to take it up beyond 8 meters. So you got to take it up to about here, take it up to 8 meters, put it into manual mode, and then you hit this button here on the right shoulder switch here. And then you're supposed to rapidly hit the direction or forward or backward, whatever, and it'll flip it over, and then it'll maintain inverted flight. But then all the controls are going to be backwards. So like if you want to go up, you're going to be you're going to push the throttle down, and if you want to come down, you push the throttle up. So it's going to be really disorienting for, especially for even for me. I mean, I'm flying inverted, you know, isn't going to be that easy. So I would recommend probably not flying inverted on this one. It's pretty heavy. I saw some other videos that sometimes when you try and trigger it, it doesn't actually work. So it happens maybe like only a certain percentage of the time. And then once you do, then you, of course, you have to then get it to come out of inverted mode, which doesn't always happen all the time either. So you might be stuck in that mode and you can't land it, of course. If you're near the end of the battery, then it'll just crash. So, and with that, this, you know, mostly plastic construction on this one here, probably gonna break a lot of props, if not a lot more. The body probably would be okay, but yeah, the props are gonna be gone. Anyway, I am more interested in flying this line of sight and just, you know, getting good visuals of this nice and close. I mean, look at that thing. I'm getting a beep from the controller. I think that means the battery is low and it's telling you gotta come back. It's just warning you here, so I'm gonna let it go a little bit here and then we'll land it. Let's get a little bit more visuals here, nice and close. And look at that thing, it's beautiful. It looks really nice. Oh, there it goes. It lands on its own. Yeah. So when the battery is low, as you can see, it's beeping warning, and you want to bring it close to yourself, and then it'll eventually just land by itself. So real easy. So it's going to do here for the EC135. Check it out. The link will be in the description. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Would appreciate that. And if you like videos like this, consider subscribing to the channel. Would appreciate that. Talk to you guys in my next video.